Okay everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. Last episode we took care of some side quests that we can do in Hyrule, and this episode we're actually going to continue to do some of those same side quests, well, different side quests, but we are also going to advance the main storyline of the game. So as you can see, I'm standing outside Hyrule Castle, and our first stop is going to be Zora's River, which is a new area of the game that we have not explored yet. So, to get to Zora's River, the easiest way is to head over towards Gerudo Village. And you're going to notice if you go off to the right here, as opposed to just heading straight up the stairs, there's a little ledge area that you can kind of walk along, and if you can't, you can swim along. Now, in case you were wondering, I do have 21 Gold Skulltulas, so I could go to Gerudo Village to get a reward for 20 Gold Skulltulas. However, the problem is at 20 Gold Skulltulas you get something called the Stone of Agony, which if you are standing near a secret, like a spot of land that you can bomb and a hole will open, basically it'll rumble. I don't have a rumble pack, so it's useless for me. I will get it, but I'll get it when I get my 30 Gold Skulltula upgrade. So, you run in here to Zora's River, and, of course, the wonderful owl that we all love. He really doesn't provide any info that I can't provide with you. Basically, he says that the door to their domain won't open unless you can prove a link to the royal family. So what that means is you play Zelda's Lullaby in a certain spot, and the door will open, and yay. Okay. So when he finally flies off, we're going to do a little scavenging here, get some hearts back, some seeds, and you can see how my magic meter is a little bit depleted. So now we can pick up magic jars by slashing at bushes, and it'll help replenish some of our magic. So I'm just gonna pick up all the stuff. Now, one thing I will say that you do want before you head here, you can see I actually refilled my rupees down at the bottom left corner. I'm just gonna put a bomb here to blow aside these rocks and get my way through to the river. You're going to want 150, and the reason that you're going to want 150 is because of this fat piece of shit over here. So, you'll talk to him, and he's chomping away, and he says, how about some magic beans? They're not selling, so he's only going to sell them, so he'll sell them to us for the bottom dollar price of 10 rupees. So, that's pretty sweet. Okay, cool. So, if you talk to him again, he'll sell it, he'll change his message and he'll sell them for 20 rupees a piece. So in case you can't see what's going on, it goes up 10 rupees every single time you go to buy one. So, I got 2, so that's why you want 150 rupees, because that's, if you get 150 rupees and you have the adult's wallet, you can buy 5 magic beans. I believe it costs, I want to say 560 rupees to get all 10, because you can only buy 10. So once again, changes his message, and it's 30 rupees. So I'm going to buy 2 more from him. Is this where he says, they're all the rage? I don't know anyone that actually says that in real life, but whatever. So we'll buy 1 more piece, and then we'll continue on with the game. In case you don't notice the purple sky in the background, in Zora's River, it's an area of the map where time does move. So it's not like a town where you go in and if it's nighttime, it's nighttime. If it's daytime, it's daytime. Time ebbs and flows in Zora's River. So right now we got 5 magic beans. We will buy more fairly soon, but for right now we just have the 5. Now what you want to do with the magic bean is you put it to your C button, and you see these little these little dirt spots on land that Gold Skulltulas pop out if you drop into a bug. Well, you can plant a magic bean there, and it'll be a little seedling. Eventually, it will become a full-grown plant, but for right now, it's just a seedling. And also, just so you know, that is I think it's the only that's a spot of dirt where if you put a bug there, there is no Gold Skulltula. So, don't worry about that. I'm not missing this. And then you're going to run back here and grab this chicken guy, or cuckoo if you want to call him. And basically, there's a couple heart pieces that we're going to use chickens to get to. So, I'm just going to run up the wall here. You can just follow the path I'm doing. Hop over here. You can see the piece of heart up ahead. And you just kind of want to leap off the edge here. You should land on the ground. And then this part can be a little tricky. So what you need to do is you need to throw the cuckoo up there. Hop up. And you need to grab him, because if you wait too long, he'll start hopping around. And eventually, if he gets in water, if the chicken winds up in water that's too deep for it to just pluck about in, he'll go back to where you picked him up in the first place. So if you ever lose the chicken, that's what you have to do. Just go back to the start where you found the chicken the first time, and you'll get, you can pick him up again. Now, you can see here, there's a little sliver of land, kind of dead ahead. That's my goal, so I'm going to hop off the edge with the chicken. You can't make it without him. So we're going to land on this little sliver, chuck him in the water, and you can see how he went up in the air there. That's what happens when they go back to the start place. It'll pluck him out of the water, and we'll go back to where you picked him up. There's another chicken up here, but we don't want to grab him just yet. We're going to bomb. Oh, please don't do this. Okay. There's always a possibility if your chicken or your cuckoo walks near a bomb, they can get mad at you and start attacking you until you leave the area. That didn't happen, but looks like he committed suicide off the edge, which isn't good. But it'll be okay, so drop down the hole. So this is a fairy fountain if you need it, in case that was too quick for you. I don't need to be healed at the moment. It's just a regular fairy fountain, so it'll just heal my life. Okay, so the chicken, actually, well, didn't mean to do that. We're going to hop down this hole first, which I think just has a cow, maybe? No, it's just a chest containing rupees, so we'll go ahead and we'll kick that open. 20 rupees. Better than a sharp stick in the eye, I guess. And by the time we pop out of this hole, the cuckoo, or the chicken, should be back. Yep, there he is. Okay. So now we'll run over to the platform. We'll pick him up. And you do, the way I get this heart, there's a couple different ways. You can walk over here, and you can try to jump from this ledge to this ledge. I prefer to float. Now, you gotta time it right. So what you do is you drop down. When you're right over the heart, you'll land on the heart container, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to pick the chicken back up. So we'll see if I can do it. No, so there you can see he fell down there. So we're gonna pick him up again, or we're gonna roll into the wall. And now we're gonna continue further on up Zora's River. Well, something I'm thinking about doing, but I think I'm going to hold up for a minute on it. So yeah, we're just going to continue on up the path, because we're going to have to float to another heart piece, and that'll give us a full new heart container. So, just run up the path here. There's really only one way that you can go. Those octo-whatevers that try to shoot, I think, some kind of nut at you, they're pretty terrible, so you shouldn't get hit by them. You're just going to run up here, and there's kind of these crisscrossing land bridges here. So you want to hop over to here, go up here, and that's where you're going to play Zelda's Lullaby. And just hop to the edge with the cuckoo. You can set him down. And there we go. That's another new full heart container. So you can... Oh, nope. Never mind. I already had 3. My mistake. I just played the... Oh, that was a nice glitch. Okay. So we need 3 more heart pieces to get a full heart container, and I believe we will do that in this video. So now I'm just going to wait here. It's turning nighttime. If it was the middle of the day, I would just play the sun song to make it nighttime. But I can just wait here. Anytime. Okay, so it's getting dark, and there we go. So there's a Gold Skulltula on the back of this back of this ladder. So we're going to kill him, and we'll pick up Gold Skulltula token number 22. And you can see that cuckoo, or that chicken, is still kind of chilling here. Well, we want to get him back to back to the beginning in case I need them, and there we go. So I'm going to float all the way back to the beginning. Not that I need the chicken for anything, but there's something I want to do. So I'm actually not going to float all the way back to the beginning because I forgot I can grab on there. So what you're going to do, you're going to go over here. You're going to hop up on this log. And you can see Navi's turning green, meaning something she wants you to check out. And some frogs are looking at you underwater. So what we're going to do? Well, we're going to pull out our ocarina, and we're just going to play some songs for them. So all the songs you know in your inventory, you can play them. I'm not going to play them all. And well, maybe I forget the rupee colors that you get. So let's see, I played Zelda's Lullaby. And we get a purple rupee, so that's 50 rupees. So I'm going to play again for them. And this time I'll play Epona song, I guess. So they're going to go flip shit again, and they should give us another 50 rupees. Okay. So now I got 180, or well, roughly 180. Now I just got to do quick addition. 60 plus 70 is 130, plus 80, okay. So I can only get 2 more magic beans. I am going to get 2 more magic beans, so I'm just going to float all the way back to the beginning, and I'm just showing it to you in case you ever get lost. So here we go, back to the beginning. Oh, another 20. Well, that's nice. Too bad it doesn't do anything for me because... And I forgot, this stupid goddamn owl shows up if you come back to the beginning. He also shows up if you leave Zora's river before moving on with the game, and he's going to repeat his stupid story. So, that's annoying. So I'm going to buy 2 more magic beans. I'm going to hold off on getting the last 3 just for a little bit, just for time's sake, and because I'm sure you guys don't care to see me playing songs and buying beans the whole time. Okay, let's see if I can get a heart piece. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And you can see the chicken is back in the starting spot. So we'll go over to, this fat piece of shit again. Super popular. He starts talking about how they'll soon be sold out, how they're rare. Maybe if you weren't chomping out of the whole goddamn bag, you would have more. So, that's number 6. Super rare magic beans. Could be our last chance. 70 rupees. Yep, okay. So, we need 270 rupees to get the last 3 magic beans. I'm not going to be planning them anytime soon, so I'm going to hold off on getting those until later. And, you guys will see when I do that. So grab the cuckoo, or the chicken, and we're just going to use it just to get over here. And this time you can fly through these 2 spots. Oh, we drop in there, hop up here, and I could play the Sun Song and the hell's the other song? Sarah's Song for the frogs, but it's a lot of time, and then I'd have to go back and buy the bean, and I can only buy 1 bean because it'll be 80 rupees, and I'll only have 170. Okay, well, I failed math. I could get 2 more magic beans, but that's kind of boring. So, I'm just going to run over here. In case you're wondering how I knew to go to Zora's river, how you're supposed to know that you're supposed to go there, well, if you talk to Sarah, and I know her name is actually Soraya. I've called her Sarah since first time I played this game, so I'm just going to keep doing it. So if you talk to her, she'll tell you 1 more to find, Spiritual Stone of Water. And the Great Deku Tree once told her that King Zora, ruler of Zora's domain, has it. So that's how you know you have to go meet the Zoras. So, now that we're here, and we're standing on the symbol, I'll play Zelda's Lullaby, and the passageway to Zora's domain will open. And there it is, concealed behind the waterfall. And Zora's domain, it's kind of a cool place. You don't really do a whole lot there, but there's some interesting things. Okay, and there you can see, Zoras, of course, are the aquatic people of The Legend of Zelda. This time they're not enemies like they have been in past video games, they're allies. So King Zora is the one that has the spiritual stone. Well, let's go talk to him and see what he has to say. So just run up these stairs, and yeah, that... whatever that's supposed to be. Uh-huh. Well, that's King Zora. So let's talk to him. Okay. So, long story short, his daughter is missing, and he doesn't know where she is. So he's all worried, and basically he won't say anything else to you. So you gotta find his daughter to talk to him. So we'll go over here, we'll talk to this guy. Yep, a diving game. So you need 20 rupees here to play this game. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna throw a bunch of blue rupees into the water below, and you have to dive and pick them all up within 50 seconds. And he'll give us something nice. And we need that something nice to continue on with the game. So, there go the rupees into the fountain, or the domain. And we'll just do a swan dive off the edge. And I did it horribly, because normally I can pick one up. Okay, so I'm kind of over a blue rupee. Or not really. So, you want to get over one. Okay, I guess, okay. Wow. Could I be any more terrible at this? Okay. So to show you, basically you want to get Link over the blue rupees, and then you just press the B button to have him dive, and he will automatically pick it up when he dives. So I got 2 more, I think, to get. Okay, so I'm just going to get these last 2 rupees. Wow, I'm cutting it close with time. I killed this in like 20 seconds on my test run. So, there we go, we got the last one. So you just want to position yourself over the blue rupee, and just press dive and just hold it so that Link dives completely down. And, you shouldn't have any problem picking up the rupees. And if you talk to any of these Zoras, they don't really say anything interesting. They'll give you hints about where to go next, but I'm going to show you where to go next. So if you want to talk to him, you can talk to him. What I'm going to do... so I'm going to run up here. I'm going to collect my reward for completing that little diving minigame. And we'll go over here, talk to this guy. Now, if you want to, you can keep playing the diving game to build up your rupees. He'll let you keep playing, and you can pick up like 10 additional rupees per game. See how I got 75 and I started with 70. So, sometimes he will throw blue rupees, which are worth 20, so that's pretty cool. So we got the silver scale. Now what that allows us to do is it allows us to dive for a longer period of time. I'm not going to dive right now because I want to pick something else up in Zora's domain. So you can walk behind the waterfall, and you'll notice that there's 2 unlit torches. Well, you know that new spell we got, Din's Fire? Well, it's time to make use of it. So what I like to do is I like to face this torch, use the spell, it will light both torches, and then you have 2 more torches to light to get the item. So there we go. You run by that torch, you light this torch, and the tricky thing is you have to do this without getting the torch wet because it's Zora's domain. So you light that torch and you light that torch there, and all of a sudden a magic chest will appear. So you can put your Deku stick away and run back over behind the waterfall. And I will show you the trickiest part about that minigame is right here. You can walk along that path, but if you go there, you wind up swimming, and that will automatically extinguish your Deku stick. So I'm going to kick open the trunk to the chest, and inside this chest we find ourselves another piece of heart. There's going to be a lot of pieces of heart on these next 2 videos. I'm already coming up on 20 minutes, so I might stop this one a little sooner and pick it up maybe later tonight or tomorrow, film the second half. Okay, so all the Zoras here, all they talk about is how she likes to go to Lake Hylia, which is, a huge lake in The Legend of Zelda. And they don't really tell you how to go there, but now that we have this silver scale, let's see if I judged it right. You can dive right here, because you see how we can dive for longer, and you kind of angle yourself into that doorway, and all of a sudden that has transported us to Lake Hylia. So, you can talk to this dude right here. He's a Zora, blah blah blah. Anything strange? Yeah, there's lots of weird stuff. And if you look in the bottom of the screen, you can see something kind of odd. And I'm Z-targeting onto it with Navi. Let's see what she says. What's that? She doesn't know. So I'm going to Z-target on it, swim over it, and dive. And that'll allow us to pick up the item, which is an empty bottle. But something's already in it. There's a letter inside it. And as you can see, it's becoming nighttime. This is in Lake Hylia. Time moves. And because it's coming nighttime, I'm going to swim out to this little area with two pillars in the southeast portion of the lake. And why am I swimming out there, you ask? Well, it's nighttime. So why would I be swimming out here? Possibly a Gold Skulltula, maybe? So let's see. Hop up here. Okay. So there's a Gold Skulltula. You can whip out your slingshot, kill him, and that'll be Gold Skulltula number 23. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to swim back over to the eastern shore, because there's another mini game that we're going to do to pick up another piece of heart. And it's stuff that we would be doing anyway before moving on with a certain plot point of the game. So I figured just do it now, get it done. Oh, or I could go the right way. Get it done, get it out of the way. If it's just one less place that we have to come back when it's time to move on with a plot point that's upcoming. It's kind of annoying if you get to a part in the game where you're like, okay, we continue on, we do this, but I have to go to every single area and do something again. So, that's probably confusing, probably doesn't make sense, but whatever. I only have like a couple people watching this, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you can walk into the fishing pond, and you can talk to this guy. Do we want to fish? Not yet, because we want to check out his fish. So, the biggest fish ever caught in this pond weighed 6 pounds, and the owner caught it. And in case you guys have played this game before, you can do certain things to leave with the fishing pole. I'm not going to do it, so it's very basic. We're just going to fish, and yeah, you can use a rumble pack. It gives you a little bit of an advantage. Basically, the long and short of it is you press B to cast out your line, and then you press back with the controller, and use A. When you press back, you get some kind of jerking motions. When you press A, it just reels it in, and then when you catch a fish, you want to hold back in A, and that'll allow you to reel the fish in. So, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a big fish. Usually it's around 10 pounds. And you can see how there's a fish there. He's kind of floating on the bottom. That's the one that we want. It's going to be hard. Oh. Well, I got a bite. I don't know if it's him, so now I felt the bite. I'm holding back in A, and we're trying to reel him in. And I think because he's putting up a good fight, I think this is actually the biggest fish. Well, that would be nice to do it on the first try. So, now that we're getting him close to out of the water, you kind of want to swing left or right. And let's see. Nope. So we'll just say that we'll keep it for now. Like I said, there's a couple logs right there, and towards the bottom, you can see that fish right there. He's kind of off to the right. There he is. So he's the one that I think I want. Basically, he'll be like 9 or like 10 pounds. And I'm just trying to lure him to get him to bite. Come on. If he gets too close, he won't. Bite it, you dummy. I think he's in too close. I don't think he's gonna bite. Yep, so there you can see the fish is going away. It's swimming back out to the log. So, to get a piece of heart, you have to get, like, it's like a 9 or a 10 pound fish. He's always by that log, and he sinks to the bottom. So that's why you hear things like sinking lures. I've never done a sinking lure, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. I'll cast my line out again, and if I don't get him this time, I'm just going to edit the video out. You can see he's swimming towards the lure. You can tell it's him when... Okay, so he bit, and you can see that there's not a lot of fish, so this should be it. He'll put up a decent fight. Sometimes this fish will break free of the lure, and that's really annoying. This isn't the only time we'll be fishing, so come on, dummy, just reel in, and then I can continue on with the game. Okay, there we go, so we got him. So that's the huge fish. So 10 pounds. So yes, we want to keep the fish. Now, you can see that we threw him back in the water. Yet somehow we run over here. We talk to this guy. Let's weigh our fish. It's huge. It looks like a new record. It weighs at least 10 pounds. So, our prize for that is a piece of heart. So one more piece of heart to a full container. So we'll talk to him, and we're gonna quit. When we get older. Oh, we'll be back, don't worry, and you'll have a lot less hair. What's Navi have to say? Yeah. So Navi's the one that says, hey, maybe we should talk to Sarah, find out what she says, and that's how you know that you have to go to Zora's domain. There's one more thing that we can do over here in Lake Hylia, which, it's optional, but it's the only way to get all 100 Gold Skulltulas. So there's 2 scarecrows here. And of course my computer is slowing down because I've been playing this for so long. Okay. Wow, I might have to end this sooner than I wanted to. Give my computer a second to stop having the seizure. Okay. So we're going to talk to this scarecrow. He's a musical genius. He hears a song once and he never ever forgets it. So, what we're going to want to do is we're going to whip out our fairy ocarina, and we're going to play a song. So, if you play him a song, he'll remember it, and it's the unseen scarecrow song. So what I do for the scarecrow song is just left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Nice and simple. So, there will be certain spots in the game where we can play that song. But first things first, we want to talk to the other scarecrow, who's Pierre, the wandering scarecrow. So he wishes he could wander, but he's stuck here. So I always play the scarecrow song for him. I don't know if you have to, but it's just a nice thing to do. So there we go. Play the scarecrow song for Pierre. Okay. So, I think that's actually what locks it into being the Scarecrow song. So, we'll have to use this in Dodongo's Cavern, we'll have to use it in other places in the game to get all Gold Skulltulas. So, we're done with Lake Hylia. There's one thing I'm going to do in Hyrule Field once, and then I'm going to, let's see, I'm only 30 minutes, and I should have enough time to get do a couple things in Gerudo Valley. Shouldn't take too long. It's just kind of annoying, because, well, if I could run to the exit, that would help. I'm just all sorts of stupid today. It's just kind of annoying, because eventually we will have a much faster means of transportation. It's just kind of a pain in the ass right now. So you're going to run over here, the exit of Lake Hylia, into Hyrule Field. And what you want to do is to exit. We can't hop over that gate. So you have to hop up here, and you can see that owl that we all hate chilling over there. Okay, so we're gonna hop down here. We'll just go talk to him and get it out of the way. I love how he's telling us that beyond where we just came from is Lake Hylia. Well, we know we were there. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the owl annoys me. Pretty much the only useful thing that he does is allows us to get that one piece of heart. So what you want to do is you want to kind of stand in the middle of this area right here. If you have a rumble pack, or if you have the Stone of Agony, this is where it'll rumble when you're over the certain spot. So put a bomb in the middle of the field. Apparently I was really off the mark. No, not Ocarina. Maybe here? Maybe Zoidberg? Wow, 3 bombs. I usually get this right on the first. There we go. So you put a bomb in the proper spot, drop down the hole. There will be a Deku Business Scrub, so switch over to your Kokiri Sword. Make sure that you have 10 rupees. So we're just going to roll over to him, block his stupid seed back at him, and talk to him. We win in return for sparing him. He will sell us a piece of heart, 1 piece for 10 rupees. That's a pretty good deal, and that'll allow us to complete a full heart container. So there we go. He's gone, and now we can leave here. I think I will just head on to Gerudo Valley just real quick. There is a couple pieces of heart we can get. There's a Gold Skulltula we can get. So, Gerudo Valley is a place that we really won't be able to use much in the game. Later we will, just not a lot right now. So you're going to run up the western border of Hyrule Field. You can see that how Lake Hylia is in the southwest if you ever forget where it is. And we're just gonna, you can see the owl up there, so let's get that stupid conversation on the way. And this is when he calls us buddy. Apparently the game doesn't get how much I don't like the owl. And he basically tells us that now we're learning that we can pretty much go anywhere we want in the game. Well, that's not 100% true. But most of the world is open to you if you want to do exploring. So we're going to run into Gerudo Valley, and I believe time does move in Gerudo Valley. So there he is, flying off in the distance. And you're just going to run up this little path into Gerudo Valley. Which does have some pretty sweet music, I will say. Okay. So, this is Gerudo Valley. And we'll learn more about Gerudos. We've actually already learned a little bit. If you remember Zelda saying they're a tribe that's like all women, and they only get a male born to them every 100 years, and he's the leader of them for some reason. So you can see there's a Gold Skulltula chilling on that little waterfall. We can't get to him yet, but we will soon. So, if you try... Just trying to roll along to make it quicker. If you try to go here and you talk to the Gerudo guard, a kid like us has no business there, so she won't let us pass. It doesn't mean we can't get a Gold Skulltula and a piece of heart. So you want to grab this cuckoo, and you're just gonna kind of hop off the edge, and I might have gone a little too far. So your goal is to land where that crate is. Oh yeah, that's skill. So, you want to roll into that crate, and we can grab another piece of heart. And of course, the cuckoo that we had, well, jumped off the edge. So, I don't think we can do this without the chicken, but you want... Nope. Okay. So, there's a spot we want to get to that's right behind us. You can't really see it, so... Basically, you fall off the edge, and the water from Gerudo Valley takes you back to Lake Hylia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out of the water, and I'm going to run back around to Gerudo Valley, and I will see you guys when I'm back there. And we're back in Gerudo Valley, so I'm going to run over to this chicken. I'm going to hop off to a different spot now, and I'm going to take some damage, because it takes way too damn long to float. So you just kind of want to run straight for the Gerudo. And in case you can't see all the way at the bottom, there's a lip that we can grab on. Now remember how I said if you do a fall from a certain certain height, it doesn't matter if you roll, you're going to get damaged? Well, we're going to do that. So I'm holding forward, but you see that no matter what, I got damaged. And you talk to this Gerudo, and she says, "Why did you come all the way down here?" "Oh, you were just going to ask me that?" And she's just trying to make the best of what's going on. You could play Epona's song for the cow if you want. And my game's freezing, and my computer's lagging, and I don't want to go flying off the edge. The chicken, however, can go off the edge. That's fine. I'll allow that to happen. And we're going to go over here. And we will plant a magic bean plant here. And we will use a bug right here. So, first things first. We're going to let the bug out. I don't know if there's another spot where, capture a bug back. I don't know if there's another spot where, there's no Gold Skulltula. And the Gold Skulltula pops out, and I believe this is number 24. So we'll kill him. And the last thing that we have to do in Gerudo Valley for quite some time is we're going to run down this little speck of land, and you can see that there's one of those statues that we're going to eventually... I'm eventually going to read every single one, and you can jump behind the waterfall here, and the current doesn't pull you away. So what you can do is you can climb up this ladder, and this ladder leads to a little alcove, a little chamber, and in that chamber is another piece of heart. So that's half a full heart container that we have, and so we're making progress. We've definitely collected a lot of heart pieces today. So it healed the one heart I lost from jumping down that far. So now I just hopped in the water, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to swim back with the current back to Lake Hylia, and we're going to use that shortcut to get back to Zora's domain. Now, I did consider ending this episode here, but I really only have a couple minutes left before the next dungeon. So I figured, what the hell? It'll just be a longer episode than normal. So, Gerudo Valley spits you out into Lake Hylia over in that corner. So you're just going to swim over towards the east, and we're going to stop right around here, because that's the doorway that we used right there. And actually, if you talk to this Zora, I'm just going to swim back over here. If you want to talk to him, he says something kind of... Yeah, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I think this is the one that he says. Yeah, he's a Zora. Dude, we're not trying to get you laid. So he's looking for a cute Zora girl. And you know that the king's missing his princess. So, if you can put 2 and 2 together, congrats. So you want to dive right here. It can be a little tricky because you can kind of dive into that lip. There's a little lip right there. And you just want to go left and right when you're diving to enter the doorway. So we're back in Zora's domain. And we're going to run up here. And yeah, I just realized I actually forgot to plant a magic bean in Gerudo Valley. I will do that off-screen. You know, well, maybe. Maybe I'll do it. Yeah, you know what? That I will do off-screen. I won't force you guys to watch me go all the way back there just to plant the magic bean. So, what you want to do is you want to get your letter in your bottle. You want to target Z-target King Zora and present him the bottle with the letter. And it's from Princess Rudu. She's inside Lord Jabu-Jabu. That's not possible. Basically, they have a guardian god, Lord Jabu-Jabu, who's a fish. He's some kind of fish thing. And, he's been feeling a little ill. And Princess Rudu is in charge of, his feeding, his meals. So, he says that we'll go find Rudu, which is, of course, how we're going to wind up getting the spiritual stone of water. And now, if you want to have a cigarette, he's nice letting us keep the bottle. If you have a cigarette you want to smoke, now would be a great time, because... Yep. Wait for his ass to waddle all the way over. Yeah, so if this was a live stream, this would be a good point for a Q&A. Okay. So, he's gonna finish waddling through. Once he finally does, you can proceed upwards and go to Lord Jabu-Jabu's area, where there's only 2 other things that we're going to get before tackling the dungeon. However, I'm going to use the time to head back to Gerudo Valley and to plant the magic bean. And I will meet you guys back here in Zora's domain when it's time to head to Zora's fountain. Okay, so I'm back in Zora's domain. I just did that. I just planted the magic bean in Gerudo Valley. And before you run up to see King Zora, or to see Jabu-Jabu actually, you want to kind of run over here. There's some fish kind of swimming around. You can see them right there, and they're in blue. Wait, oh, come here, dummies. Wow. Wow, I'm just... Really? Okay, there we go. So you're just going to want to keep swatting at them with your empty bottle that you got from Princess Rudu's letter. And now we can go see Jabu-Jabu. Like I said, we do just have 2 things that we're going to do first. Okay, so now we just run up this little path here. And I don't think King Zora says anything particularly important. Okay, let's see here. Got anything to say, King? Huh? Nope, just find Princess Rudu. Okay. So now now that he's moved over, and you know, one of the longest scenes in the history of video games, you can run in behind him. And we will enter Zora's fountain, which is where the waterfall and Zora's river actually comes from. And that incredibly creepy looking thing is Lord Jabu-Jabu. So we don't want to go to Jabu-Jabu yet. We're going to run off to the right here first. And we're going to swim over to that shore with the tree that's just kind of standing out. So we're just going to swim over there. I promise, this episode's almost over. You guys have almost earned the right to go on to the next dungeon in the game. So you're just going to run over here, run into the tree, and Gold Skulltula number 25 pops out. So we'll take care of him. Pick up the token. Okay. And you can see that there's a bombable rock right there. You actually don't want to bomb that one because it kind of throws you off. What you want to do is you want to put a bomb right by this gray rock, which will not destroy it, but will blow the little opening here, and we're going to meet the Great Fairy of Magic, and she's going to give us another spell. It's kind of... I think it's kind of worthless. I know some people use it for glitching. So we're going to go here, stand on the Triforce symbol and play Zelda's Lullaby. It's called Farore's Wind, and what it is you use it and it allows you to set up a warp point in a dungeon. Now it's only in a dungeon, and it's only in a dungeon that has a dungeon map. So there's a couple mini dungeons that we're going to go to that you can't use it in. So, you know, I don't really use it. I'm good enough that I don't need to use it. The other magic spell that we'll get from a Great Fairy much later in the game is a lot more useful. So, she's going to give us a spell. And like I said, it's called Farore's Wind. It'll allow us to set up a warp point, and then we can use the spell again, and we can warp to that warp point. Or we can dispel the warp point. So... you will create a warp point, and then you can go to that warp point, or you can dispel the warp point. Now, she says you can warp when you're in danger. Yeah, you could, but that's also why when I have an empty bottle, I will put fairies in it, because if you die with a fairy in a bottle, that fairy will instantly revive you. So that's probably one reason I never had a lot of use for Farore's Wind. So, now that we got everything... now we can finally go on and tackle the next dungeon in the game, which is Jabu-Jabu. Because we gotta go rescue Princess Rudu. So we're gonna... So we're gonna swim back over here. Zora's fountain's pretty deep, and we will eventually go down to the very bottom of it. But we'll need some special boots and a special tunic to do that, and we'll have to be a little older. So don't worry about that for now. So we're just going to swim over here. Okay. So remember that fish that I told you to get? Well, here he is. So we'll just walk up to him. Upend your bottle, let the fish flop out. So there you go, Jabu-Jabu. Have a fish. So he opens up his mouth, and one thing we didn't expect is he's just going to inhale very deeply. There goes the fish. And there we go. Yep. Okay. So that's all the time I have for this episode. You can see we are now stuck inside Jabu-Jabu's belly. It's not a bad dungeon. It's pretty interesting certain parts. We have new enemies and we get a really awesome weapon. So, like I said, that's all I have for this time. Next time we will tackle this dungeon. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up, and I will see you guys later.